Do you have a boxed Switch by any chance? What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the free trading game collection. Is this episode 5 already? I mean, to be fair, episode 5, right? And in today's episode, we have over £200 in credit to spend. We have something rather substantial left over. And we already have a box PS2, those games, and we have a Mega Drive 2 down there as well. We are in a very good position right now. Today could very well be Switch Day, but if you haven't been following the series and have absolutely no idea what is going on, please feel free to go back and check out the last 4 episodes because it will explain to you. But in a nutshell, what we're doing here is we're going out and buying deals off people, whether it be on Facebook Marketplace, car boot sales, for example, which I think you'll see some footage of either in this episode or the next. Vinted, eBay, whatever it may be, retail stores even. We're going out, we're finding deals, so it could be an Xbox and a bunch of games. We're divvying it up, we're selling off what we can to make our money back. So if we spend 50, we divvy it all up, we sell 50 quid's worth, we make our money back. That means we've spent nothing now because we've got our money back. Whatever's left, we take into CEX or Game or wherever, trade it in, use that credit to get games and put them on a shelf. It's as simple as that. That's what we do, and that's what we've been doing. For the last 2 weeks, now for the 3rd week, we've been saving to pick up a Switch console. Now, in this episode, you are going to see several Switch consoles. I don't buy them all to keep them all, but you will see a fair few. Without any further ado, let's get into the very first deal because there are a fair few of them to get through. So, we are starting off with a plus 50 this week. Remember last week, we sold the Mega Drive from the collection. If we ever sell anything from the collection, we will add it to next week's total and begin on a plus however much it was. I'm rounding down rather than up to just make sure that we really are in profit on this. But we're going to start off on a plus 50. Which I think is a very fair amount. It's a little bit more, but we'll start off on a plus 50. I picked up 5 individual deals. So the first game I picked up was Resident Evil 2 Revelations 2. This was bought on Vinted for £2.50. So I actually bought a little bit less than that, but I'll round up to £2.50. That is in poor condition box-wise. It's got some mark there and it's not great. But the disc is in good condition and, yeah, has a little leaflet with it as well. Trades in for £8. So not a massive sort of come up there, if you will, but it's enough for me to warrant buying it. Next one, PlayStation 2 game, Buzz Junior Dino Den. Now the Buzz games on PlayStation 2, not all of them, but some of them, like the Jungle one I think, sell for a fair bit. They do quite well. This was also £2.50, again rounding down. This sells for around 17 to 18 quid, which is actually really good. And of course it's complete with the manual and the disc. It's in very, very, very good condition. I expect it's probably been played once or twice. That was also £2.50, like I said. I'm going to sell this one because it doesn't trade in for a lot. I think it only trades in for 4. I'm going to sell it for 15. So that's going to take off 15 quid minus the 250 and fees off the whole thing here. Now, this is going to be very complicated and very difficult for me to even keep track of. But I'm going to try my best up here somewhere or here, wherever, to try and keep track of what we're spending and how much we've got left and all the rest of it. Now, next up, a very good deal. Not because, I mean, it is a very good deal because it's going to make me double the money. Those are good deals. I'm always looking for a double up. But for example, in terms of like profit percentage, this is going to be a better deal than what I'm about to show you. But this is a common occurrence. You can pick these up quite often for the price that I picked it up for. This is something you can't really pick up for the price. It is a Nintendo Switch Lite, obviously, turquoise. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. It 100% has issues. Now, it works perfectly. There's nothing wrong with it. The issues are pure cosmetic. So, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, but there are scratches on the screen there. There's also a little sort of issue with the charge port. It works. It's the plastic around it. It's got like cracks to it. And there is a very small hairline crack in the glass, I guess, the display. When it's on, it's not really as big an issue. The issue for me is the scuff marks on the screen there. They're not cracks, they're just scuff marks. Those are the issues. This is not going to trade in. I didn't buy it to trade in. It cost me £40 plus a little bit of a fee on top, like £42 I think. This sells for parts for around 80 quid on eBay, 70 to 80 parts, broken, screen not coming on, water damage. They're all selling for between 60 and 80. This works, it just has cosmetic issue. Now, it actually came with an official charger as well. Might as well show you, I suppose, even though you know what one looks like. Official charger, it was plugged in because I was testing. Yeah, the official Nintendo charger, it came with it. Why is that important? I will tell you in just a second. That, on its own, which is how I'm going to sell it, I've been play testing it and everything, it works perfectly fine. It doesn't feel that bad at the moment, actually. The right bumper is a little bit spongy, but it works. It just doesn't feel as satisfying to click as the left side. But like I said, I've been testing it and it works perfectly fine. But I think I'm just going to sell that for 90 quid. So we'll make £50 on that, which is really nice. The next one, haven't opened yet. Now this just arrived right now. I've been waiting for this to turn up so I can actually record this. So we are going to open it right now. I'm hoping this works because this is kind of what the Switch, the Switch console we pick up from CEX, this is what is riding on it essentially. This needs to work and needs to be in tradable condition for us to get that Switch in today's episode, theoretically. This is yet another Nintendo Switch Lite, and I do believe it comes with a charge cable, which is not ideal because it is literally just a Type-C cable. That, by the way, I'm going to pair with this, and I'm going to sell that on eBay for 90 quid. It will sell, I guarantee it. That means, because it didn't come with an official charger, I can take the official charger from the broken or cosmetically damaged Switch and pair it with this Switch and trade it into CEX. I was going to have to buy one of these to trade it into CEX, which they go for around £15-20 on eBay. That's a lot of money. So I thought, well, if I buy that Switch, I can just take that charger and pair it with this. This needs to work, and it needs to be in good condition. It was described as such. There it is. The screen is very nice. Not a mark on it, which is brilliant. So CEX probably won't be arguing with me. Oh, it was already on. He didn't turn it off. Oh, it's very, very loud. One thing I forgot to do was actually mention how much this cost. So he wanted 75, which was, to be fair, not bad. But I decided to go in with a little bit of a lowball offer, and I offered him 60. He accepted. It was about £5 postage on top of that. So that took us down to now like a plus 28, still in profit with one more deal left to go. And that finally brings the trade value up. We were stuck at £8 for quite a while there, but now we have, in theory, if they take it, £108 in trade value, and we're still £28 up on the deal, which is fantastic. But we do have one more deal to go. There is a live portion to this I will get into in just a second, kind of. But this is the deal. It was an Xbox 360 console, loads of games, and an external hard drive, which was the most important part of this, really, because that, unbelievably, is where the bulk of the money comes from. I didn't pay 80, I paid 60 and like £3 or £4 postage. I think it was £1.99 postage, and then you have to pay a little fee on top. So it came to about 65 again. We'll sort of allocate 65 for this. But that, all in all, is a very good deal, and here's why. It's just been stuck in the bottom of the box. They've plastered the top with paper, wrapping paper and all sorts, and then that's it. So HDMI cable actually looks pretty decent. This we'll talk about in a minute. The controller, which, to be fair, feels fine. It's an official controller and still has the barcodes and everything. So I would say so CEX can take it in. This isn't going into CEX, so I don't know why I said that. The games, which we'll talk about in a minute. The power, oh, what the hell is this? So the cable that goes into the power lead, oh my days, is not wired properly at all. It's really loose. I'm going to need to fix that, which I know how to do now. So there we go. And then the console itself, which was at the bottom of the box with absolutely no padding on it whatsoever. It looks okay. It still has the seal, which is good. But I would need to test it hard drive wise. Let's get the box out of the way. They didn't tell me how big the hard drive was. So that's going to be one test. It may just be a 4 gig. And the reason I think it might be a 4 gig is because I put it here somewhere. Where is it? There it is. It came with an external Xbox Seagate hard drive. Hello, I've just noticed something on the back. I thought this was a 2 terabyte drive, and this would have traded in to CEX for around 33 quid, and that's kind of what I'd put the value on, £33. One of the games trades in for 16, so I kind of put £49 credit on this, and then the rest I was going to sell to make the money back on this and other deals as well. I've just seen on the back of this, and I don't know if it's going to focus. I'm going to try and leave it there till it does. 4 terabyte, right there. Like I said, don't know if it's going to focus. 4 terabyte drive. That is massive. That could add 20 to 30 pound onto the value of this. I haven't actually. I've been looking at external drives for my PS5 recently, and that's how I roughly know the price of them in general. This, I don't know like the spec of it. I don't know the read and write speeds, but that is going to hold a lot more value than £33 now that it's 4 terabyte. So that's a nice surprise. That's why I think this has a 4 gig built in and no hard drive. Where are they on this? So there's a little bit in the corner that you pull down and comes up. There, oh my days, there is a hard drive. But not only is there a hard drive, there is a 500 gigabyte hard drive in there. Now these aren't whoppingly expensive or anything. Yeah, official drive, 500 gig. These aren't super expensive, but I have sold these with games in the past. My most recent one with a 250 gig hard drive, 2 controllers, and a bunch of random crappy like £1 games, sold for £80. Someone pays 80 quid for one of these. I can't get over it myself. These are the games that came with it. This one, Need for Speed Most Wanted. Don't know if it's in there. It is. That trades in for about £3, I think, because that was the only other trade-worthy game, apart from this next one, which, believe it or not, we've already traded in on this channel. FIFA 18 on the Xbox 360. Remember a couple of weeks ago I picked this up. It was actually in the same episode, unbelievably, as that PlayStation bundle, because they wouldn't take it in CEX, so I got angry, went to Cash Gen, bought that for $1.99, traded it in for $15. It is in there. It's going to be trashed, I know it is. I can't even get it out. Probably just broke it. Oh, actually, wow. That has never been played. That's crazy how good that condition disc is. For a FIFA game, that's mental. But the other thing is, it's gone up in value now. £16 trade, not 15. So to cut the waffling down to a minimum, the total cost of items is now minus £36.15. But of course, as soon as we sell that Xbox, however we decide to do it with whatever games we have, that will take us into the profit. So even though at the moment we're still £36 down, we've sold the Switch, we've sold Buzz, the rest of it goes into trade, we just need to sell the Xbox. If we can sell the Xbox for 40 quid, we've made money. It's going to go for a lot more than that, 70 at the very, very minimum. And then of course we are left with £185 in trade if CEX take the Switch, the external hard drive, and the few games that we've picked up. So not a bad little exchange there really for all those deals. We just need to hope that CEX take everything. I do apologise, the footage is basically unusable because what can I really do? I can record the conversation, but the conversation is minimal because it's me trading these things in, waiting for receipts and testing and things like that. So yeah, here's an image of a table. If I had a GoPro, maybe I would show you some of the conversation, but in all honesty, the conversation is very boring. It's, here's £83 in credit, what would you want to do with it? That honestly, that is the conversation. So I apologise for the lack of footage, but to be honest, even if I was a film crew going in there wouldn't really have been an awful lot of footage anyway, because I didn't want to film the woman behind the counter, so I filmed the customer next. No, I didn't mean to film her either. Literally had the camera in my pocket because I still don't have a mount for my bag. I'm actually looking to get a GoPro because I feel like they're a lot more incognito, if you will. I don't think E.T.'s finger, if you know what the DJI Pro looks like, I don't think E.T.'s finger hanging off the side of my bag is going to be that discreet. So anyway, I took the Switch into game, incidentally, because I thought the charge port on the bottom, a little bit loose. The cable wouldn't stay in. It charges, and it does stay in if you just put it down. But if you pick it up and want to play it while it's charging, no such luck unless you tape it in there, which obviously you don't want to do. I couldn't be bothered to take it apart. Game said no, so I'm just going to sell it on eBay. It's up for like £105, £110 right now. I've had a lot of interest. It will go. Even if I sell it for £95, we've still made our money back on it, and then we're even more in profit on this deal in terms of cash. Now, in terms of trade, did leave me in rather a precarious situation because, of course, I wanted to pick up the Switch this week. So I took the hard drive, I took 3 games into CEX, and here is the trade receipt. It's not in very good condition because it's been crumpled up in my bag for quite a while. They took the hard drive, £56, banging. They took FIFA 18 for £16. They took Need for Speed for £3, and then they took Resident Evil for £8, I believe. Yes, which gave me a grand total of £83. If I add that to the £147.10 of last week, that gives us a grand total of £230.10. The boxed Switch that I was looking at was £230. It's funny how things work out. I think you know what's coming next. So just in the interest of like absolute transparency, just so that you know that I 100% didn't just pay cash for this, all of those vouchers that we've picked up, I don't know if that's going to focus, but all of those vouchers that we've picked up over the last week or so, they were the ones used. 83, 6, 18, £34.10, 36 and 53 came to a total of 10 pence left over, and the Switch was £230. So here is the Switch. Now, it's not the most flattering of angles, but there we are. Now, the Joy-Cons themselves, they don't have protective whatever it is, so... Oh, they have power. They have power. So there are the Joy-Cons. They're just the standard ones. There was a grey Switch there, but I think it was a little bit more money. Here is the unit itself, the actual sort of tablet part of the Switch, if you will, the screen. And it's in, condition. It's fine. There's no scratches on it or anything. It looks good. They offered me a slightly... I hate that kickstand with a passion. That is the worst thing ever. Now, the OLED, of course, I didn't buy this, right, because I was impatient. I just bought it because I'm never going to play it when it isn't docked. It's always going to be played docked. So why have an OLED? It doesn't make a blind bit of difference if the battery life is better, if the screen on the OLED is better. It just doesn't matter. So this was the perfect option. Now, to be honest, and I'm being 100% honest, the only reason why I bought a boxed version is so that it can go behind me in the videos. Honestly, I do not care about the box. I only bought it for that reason. I wonder. Switch light. No, it's still doing it. So, definitely a problem with the connector on this, and I will see if I can fix it and trade it in, and then maybe use that £98 or whatever. I'll go back to the same guy. Yeah, me again. Nothing wrong with it now. Fixed it. HDMI cable, nice, like it. Charger, obviously, nice. Some things are still in packets. So the grips, for example, and the little things you slide onto the side of the Joy-Cons, they're all still in packets. They don't look like they've ever been opened. The dock itself, which, I mean, for as much of a condition that can be in, it looks fine. There's nothing on it mark-wise. What is this? Oh yeah, the thing. This is actually what I don't think the unboxed ones come with this. It's just the Switch and the dock and the charger, maybe the HDMI. This is actually quite important for me because that is how I'm going to be playing Switch games when I get them. To be fair, I already have one. I think I have 2. I think I've got like Doom. Is it Doom 64? Like one of the old school Dooms. and Animal Crossing. So hours of fun to be had there, like digital download. And, of course, card-only FIFA 18. But that is how I'm going to be playing the Switch for the foreseeable, because obviously I'm just going to whack it in like this. Because I have had a Switch before, and I have had one of these before, like the Animal Crossing Switch we had for a while. But that's how I'm going to be playing games on the couch, on the big screen, until I can get a Pro Controller from somewhere, because I desperately want one of those. But more than a Pro Controller, what do I need? Games. So in time, I think I'm going to rearrange this a little bit. I might actually put some shelves up. I am going to get a TV there, and I'm thinking it may be part of the challenge. Now, this has been restored back to factory settings, so I'm going to have to go through all the setup and everything of that. But we have a Switch in the collection, ladies and gentlemen. It's there. That's why I wanted the box. I paid like 30 quid for that box. No, I think I paid a tenner. Because well, I mean, it depends which way you look at it. It depends which Switch I would have wanted, but it's there. I may move that over. That PS2 box may not be there much longer. It depends. I don't know. I may have found some inserts, so we may be able to trade that in for, what, £84 credit? Can you believe it? Next week, though, I've already bought some things for next week's episode, so the deal will, the trade, if you will go back to normal. We'll actually start picking some games up. We need games for this now, and of course, we may start building towards something else. I'm not going to do that again, though, I think, for a while, build up to a big console. There are a few decent little consoles that I would like to get. I want the blue Wii. There is one in Cheltenham, I think. It's £85, which is a lot to pay, but because it's like some sort of random special edition, I'm pretty sure it's boxed as well, which again is another box. Like, they don't have one unboxed, so I'm not buying the box just for the sake of putting it on display. But we'll see what happens. But next week we will go back to normal, pick up some games. We're not going to build up towards a console for the foreseeable. If I ever pick up a console again, well, not ever, but if I pick up a console again in the next few weeks, month, maybe two, it'll be from buying it from someone rather than actually getting it from a store. But next week we'll find out what happens with the Switch, whether with the Switch Lite, whether I actually manage to fix it and trade it in, whether I sell it, whether we keep it for some stupid reason. We'll see what happens with that. But Target acquired for free with a whopping 10 pence left in credit. If you have enjoyed this very mundane episode, even though I wanted it to be spectacular, but there was just nothing to show. I was at the counter talking. What could I have done, essentially? I didn't want to film the person behind the counter. But if you have enjoyed this episode of the free trade-in game collection challenge, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.